Happy Sunday, everybody. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about one of the favorite jobs that I did, and this was when I was doing freelance computer work. I've done a lot of jobs in my life. Anyway, back in the day, this is when personal computers were first coming out, and Microsoft, we didn't have Excel at the time. Uh, that was a step up from a program called Lotus 123. Lotus 123 and Excel is a very ingenious program, columns and rows. Of course, I have OCD, so that I love working that. Anyway, I met a gentleman. He had called me to do work. Um, he was an electrician, way ahead of his time up here. And he was an electrician that worked on new housing. So if they're building like 20 new houses in a development, he, depending on the square footage of the house, he wanted to give a cost estimate and bid on the job. And somehow or another, and again, this was when laptops were this big chunky thing, and somehow he rigged up a printer because we didn't have email and internet at the time. He rigged up a printer in his truck, in the back seat of his truck. It was like a mini office. It was genius. But he needed my help to write the program that, based on X amount of square footage, in this housing development, you could have 5 houses with 1,500 square feet and another 5 with 2,000 square feet, etc. You get it. And so that is how he based his, how much he was going to have to buy plugs and wiring and things like that. And we wrote a program because I needed to know from him, so we had to sit down together. Okay, what do you want? Because I knew the formulas and stuff. And, so all he would have to do is literally go to the job sites. He kept track of where the job sites were. He was brilliant. I really admire him. And he would go to the job sites. Okay, how many houses do you have? And what is each of their square footage? And he would go to his truck, okay, and in a half an hour or whatever, he had printed out, by punching in the numbers to each of the square footages of the houses, and within a half an hour, he was able to go to the foreman or whoever was in charge and go, here's my bid, to do the work. And he got so much work for it, and I was so proud to work with him on that project. And I know he'll never see this video. And this was in San Bernardino, California. But I mean, again, he thought outside of the box. And it did cost him I don't know where he got the printer from or anything. And it cost him for his clunky laptop and the printer and everything else. But you know what? He got a lot of work out of that. Good for him. Always keep trying. That was amazing. One of my favorite jobs.